Hi everybody, this is Keith and Shannon French with BuyBaltimoreProperties.com, and we're standing here in one of our rent-to-own properties that we're helping a seller rent to sell. And what we want to do today is just talk about the benefits and the unique service that BuyBaltimoreProperties.com offers to sellers to get full asking price for their houses. So Shannon's going to kind of summarize for you.
Well, very quick background is we used to renovate and sell houses at retail, and with this market, with it being so tough, we had a hard time selling our houses for the price that we felt we should sell it for. And we just decided, look, we're not going to deal with these lowball offers and these demands of concessions and pay realtor fees and then basically make very little off of a very nice property.
If it closed.
Yeah, that's true, because we had some closings just fall apart right at the closing table. It's just how the market is right now, and I think a lot of other sellers are experiencing the same thing.
Absolutely.
And we rented to own our properties to folks who needed some time and flexibility. They were willing to pay us our asking price. Today happens to be the first of the month, and my favorite thing to do is check the bank balance. All of our rent-to-own tenants, their rent is there. I don't even like calling them tenants because they're just a different...
They're homeowners.
Yeah, they're in their mind and they are on their way. They're committed to being homeowners.
Yeah.
And they pay their rent on time. They take care of the property as if it is their own, because it will be their own just in a matter of time. And they're a pleasure to work with. It really is different.
Yeah. Well, and I'll just summarize real quick for you about the RitzL program. We don't charge any fees for marketing your properties. We have an extensive marketing program. We get paid from the tenant buyer, so no money comes out of your pocket, and there are no commissions. Closing costs are passed on to the tenant buyer, so the traditional 2% that you pay as a seller are passed on to the tenant buyer. Repairs and maintenance, something that just pops up all the time with regular tenants. Repairs and maintenance are passed on to your tenant buyers because we're trying to create that homeowner mentality. We treat them like a homeowner, they act like a homeowner, and you are selling your home to our tenant buyers. They put down a sizable large down payment between 3 and 7% of the purchase price of your home. So they're not going to do anything to jeopardize that money. That's a big, we call it skin in the game or teeth. They put enough teeth into the deal that they're going to take care of that house like their own.
Right. They know up front that they don't get that money back unless they buy the house. It goes towards the purchase price. So it's not someone just putting down a $1,000 refundable deposit like you do in a rental. It is non-refundable. They are committed. They know, I'm going to buy this house. I'm going to do whatever it takes to buy it.
And we have such a huge database of ready and willing tenant buyers, people with money to put down, people that can afford the monthly payment. And what we charge is the higher of market rent or mortgage rent. And why we say that is when they're going to go get a mortgage to buy your property, we want them having paid all that 18 to 24 month period a payment almost like they would pay if they actually had the mortgage on your house. So many occasions you're going to get more rent than market rent with a rent-to-own process.
And that's the bottom line they want to know. There's a lot of details involved in it, but that's where our expertise comes in, that we can make it very simple. We have the contracts ready for you. And the beautiful thing is that there's many things that can be negotiated and adapted to make a perfect win-win situation. We've been doing it for years.
Yeah.
We know how to match it. You don't have to get overwhelmed with trying to figure out the best scenario. And like Keith said, we have a lot of clients because we have one house that we market, and typically there's 4 or 5 people that put in an application for that house that didn't get accepted.
Yeah.
But they're great clients. They just need another house.
And it's just such a great feeling to call our client, you the seller, and say, hey, there are 5 qualified people fighting over buying your house, and price is not an option. You know, it's not a question in their mind.
Right.
They are excited to have that opportunity to be able to rent to buy. And it's just such a great feeling. We love offering the service. And again, it's just a niche specialty we've really focused on so we can deliver you the absolute best product you're looking for when you're trying to sell your house, and it's hassle-free. All right, what we want to do now is just kind of summarize to you, the seller, how you'll make 20 to 30% more through our rent-to-sell program than you will listing it with a realtor through the MLS. After having sold about 200 homes in this area, we've definitely got the statistics down pat. But we find time and time again that we can put 20 to 30% more of your equity into your pocket at the closing table through our program. And Shannon's going to kind of break down for you through an example of how that works out.
Well, you take a typical house that's on the market for $200,000. And any offer from a qualified buyer is going to come in anywhere from 5 to 7% less than that. So you're already coming down, let's say 7% off of that. And then you have to pay 6% to the realtors. Then of course that buyer is going to demand 6% seller help. And then you have your share of the closing costs that are typically split between buyer and seller. So you've started off at $200. At the end of the day, if you go through that closing, you are at netting anywhere from $170, maybe $175 for that home. All of that, if you were just for a little bit of flexibility in timing, you can get that spread. You don't have to sacrifice that in order to sell your property, not at all.
And we mentioned earlier that repairs and maintenance, because you might be thinking, oh, I've got to take care of repairs and maintenance all this time. That's all taken care of by the tenant buyer during that 18 to 24 months, so that's not coming out of your pocket either. So again, 6% seller concession, 6% in realtors commissions, 2 to 4% in closing cost. People offer average of 7% less than your list price. None of that is coming out through our program with Rent to Sell. You don't pay any of those costs.
Yeah, and I think, once you break down the numbers, it becomes a no-brainer. Oh yeah, 18 months, that's definitely worth 30, maybe even more $1,000.
And that's on a $100,000 house.
Right. And I think that one of the biggest fears for a seller is they don't want to be a landlord. And if there's anything I'd like to convey is that this is a totally different clientele. These are folks that have the homeowner mentality. They have put money down that they know they don't get back unless they buy the house. So they're taking care of it as their own. They are paying their rent on time every month. Today's the first day of the month, and it's my favorite thing. And
all of them paid?
Yep, they did. It's great.
All right, and what we want to just reiterate to you is the majority of the population fits this model that we've developed to sell your house to. If you think about it, there are very few people A-plus qualified to buy right now. Then there's all the people in the world that are renting who want to be homeowners, and we plug this huge gap like on a bell curve. About 80% of the population can afford to buy a house, wants to buy a house, and that's our target audience for your home. So there's just so many more people. It's a simple, flexible program. We take care of all the hassle for you. We take care of all the contracts. We find the tenant buyer. And really all you have to do is contact us at buybaltimoreproperties.com and let us know that you're ready to rent to sell your house, and we'll do everything from there. Take care of it for you.
I mean, we've done this on our own portfolio when we were having the same challenges that I'm sure sellers are having today.
Yeah.
And we've been able, and I don't think any deal has been the same. It's amazing the opportunity and the options that you have. And so please call us, let us know your situation. And or you can email us and contact us. Let us do all the figuring out. It doesn't have to be an overwhelming situation, and you have an amazing opportunity and option for your property.
Simply put, if you want full asking price for your house, then call buybaltimoreproperties.com and we'll show you how to do it.